All right, I planned on recording a video like this all throughout the third lockdown here in the UK, but I never actually got around to doing it. And then we were due to go back and start playing Airsoft again from the 29th, so all my kit was packed away, ready to go until the government guidelines changed on the 26th, which was Friday just been. So Airsoft on Monday is now out of the window, all my kit's back out, and I can stand here and put this video together for you. So what I'm going to do is go through all of my kit that I've got for playing Airsoft in 2021. Probably a bit misleading like the title, because this is more than likely going to change at some point. I haven't stuck with one thing for too long, just trying to find out what works for me. Upgrading kit, changing bits, adding bits. It's always a work in progress and it's never actually finished. But the centerpiece of my loadout for this year probably isn't going to change, and that's my Warrior DCS plate carrier that I got from UK Tactical as part of a combo deal that, in my opinion, was an absolute steal. So it's about 160 pounds delivered. Got the Warrior Assault Systems DCS with a triple elasticated mag pouch on the front, single elasticated mag pouch here. I've got a Mark II smoke pouch and a double pistol pouch there on the left hand side. On the back here that you'll see in a moment, I've got a universal horizontal molly pouch, as well as a frag pouch that ended up on my belt that you'll see next. On the front, as well as those triple mag pouches, got a cheap Viper Tactical Dangler pouch, handy for grenade pins or anything like that that you just need to keep and throw in a pouch really quickly, and a Radioddity Speaker Mic, and I'll explain my reasoning behind using a speaker mic and not just a normal headset in a minute. And the front half of my Warrior Assault Systems Fastex sling. On the back, we've got that universal horizontal molly pouch that I mentioned just before, as well as a nice cheap and cheerful KombatUK assault panel, triple 40mm pouches along the top, and another little universal pouch at the bottom, Velcro panel on there so you can throw whatever patch you want on the back of your plate carrier if you so desire, as well as an ABBREE 42.5-inch flat folding tactical antenna, because you've always got to have some tactical about you. Now there's a bunch of cheap knockoffs of these on Amazon, and they're not really that much cheaper than the ABBREE one itself, but they probably won't improve your radio range. In some cases they might actually even make it worse. So if you're going to go for one of the flat fold tactical antennas, definitely go with the ABBREE. I'll pop a link for that in the description below. In fact, I'll put links for everything in the description below. I'm not big on the internet, so they're not affiliate links. They're just there for you to go and have a look for yourself if you want to. The back half of that Warrior Fastex sling just attaches to a single molly loop at the back here with a little T-bar, threads through your shoulder pads and then out to the front. So you've got a little buckle. You can clip the other end of this onto your gun and easily detach it when you're going back to the safe zone, or if you want to leave your gun on the floor to go running down a path with two pistols, whatever you want to do, it's nice and easy to take your gun off your plate carrier and off your sling. Right, plate carrier done. In that plate carrier, before I forget actually, just to keep it nice and firm, I'm going to be putting these cardboard, nope. All right, what's really going in there are these Travail Fitness Group weighted plates. I'm going to do a whole video review on these, but I thought I'd just show them quickly. That's why they're out of the plate carrier, so I can do a full video on them. These are a full steel plate. They weigh 9.1 kilos for the set, and they're multi-curve. I've got the 12mm neoprene backing on mine. They do have some pyrosorb options in, I think, 15 and maybe 18mm. Could be completely wrong. I'll put a little screenshot up of that. So multi-curve plates fit nicely against your chest and your back for the other plate. They're standard medium sappy cut, so they fit inside most plate carriers, your JPCs, Warrior DCS, Recon plate carriers. Fantastic plates from what I've seen so far. Couple of little gripes with Travail, but I'll touch on that in a video about those plates specifically. I'll put these down carefully because they're heavy. Next up on the list is my belt setup. So this is the FRV tailoring belt. It's actually a two-piece, so you've got this outer belt as well as a Velcro inner belt that goes through the loops on your combats or jeans or whatever it is you're wearing. This Velcros to that belt. So you get full molly all the way around without losing any space to belt loops, but still good retention. So when you're trying to pull a mag out of one of the pouches or anything like that, you're not actually pulling your belt up, you're just pulling the mag out. So on this belt from left to right, or your right because you're on a camera, we've got some cheap and cheerfuls, some Nuprol pistol pouches. They're elasticated, good retention, never dropped a mag out of them, but they're easy to grab when you want to reload. Some, I think these are Bigfoot, another cheap and cheerful brand, some fast mag pouches. They've served me well so far. I'll probably upgrade these at some point, but for now they're doing the job. On the back, I've got another cheap and cheerful from Amazon, everyday carry pouch. Can use this to throw a radio in if I'm not wearing my plate carrier, my phone, or just anything really that I don't want to keep in my pockets. Finally, for the pouches, we've got the Warrior Assault Systems frag pouch that came with that combo from UK Tactical. I've got that on my belt, so if I'm just running the belt on its own, I've still got a pouch there that I can carry a grenade in. So if I'm somewhere where we can use pyro, something like the EG67 from Enola Gay will fit perfectly in that pouch. Next to that, we've got a Safariland Loadout UBL with a QLS system, and then the T-Rex Arms thigh strap on that as well. And the reason I went with the T-Rex Arms thigh strap is because it's actually got a little eyelet in it here, where one of the screws for the UBL and QLS system fits straight through that eyelet. So you're not going to have your thigh strap rotating, where normally your thigh straps would actually thread between these two screws here, so it can slip around on your leg, loosen itself up. This is in there nice and firm, it's not going anywhere. Might have been a bit overkill to pay for a T-Rex Arms thigh strap rather than getting something cheap off eBay, but it does the job really well and probably going to last longer really, isn't it? I shouldn't have thrown that belt away, because the last thing that goes on it is my Kydex Customs Glock 17 holster, which is a light bearing holster, so it will hold the Surefire X300, or in my case the Nuprol NX300, because it's much cheaper than the Surefire. Still bright, still got good light throw, and for a sidearm I don't need anything more. That's wrapped in Cry Multicam Cordua wrap with a QLS fork on the back, so that just clips into the QLS attachment on the UBL. So once I get more of these QLS forks, I'll be able to swap out my holsters nice and easily. So if I get my belt back, luckily I didn't throw it too far. So on the UBL with this fork here, that just clicks in there. So if I want to change holsters, take my holster off, just unclip it from the bottom and you're done. So if I want to run different sidearms or anything like that, I don't have to completely take off either the entire platform or unscrew the holster from the platform. Nice and easy to change, relatively inexpensive to do, and just a nice upgrade that you probably never want to go back from if you got one. Hey, future me talking. I forgot to do that YouTube thing where I tell you that if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notified when new videos go up, and leave a comment below. Right, last up on the bulkier kit before we go on to the smaller stuff is my helmet setup. So this is, like a lot of the things in this video, a cheap and cheerful thing from Amazon. So I've just got a cheap fast helmet replica with a cheap multicam cover on it and a nice and cheap Mohawk pouch on the back. So this carries a 3 amp output power bank for me to keep the GoPro running throughout the day. And what else have I got? Howard Leight Impact Sports on the side. And that's why I run a speaker mic that I mentioned earlier. So the Howard Leight Impact Sports don't have any inbuilt communications, but for £55, they're real steel certified active hearing protection. So if you're using pyro a lot, if you're in CQB environments, I feel like these are going to have better active hearing protection and active noise cancellation than a lot of the cheaper replica pelters or Sordens or anything like that on the market. So they've got a little 3.5mm port on the back that connects to my speaker mic on my plate carrier. So I can still use them for communications with that speaker mic, but I probably trust my ears a little bit more to these than a cheap replica. They do come on a headband, and that with the headband and the Impact Sports, they're about £55. And then for another 15, 20-ish, I threw them on some arc rail adapters. So I've got them all in one unit. Finally on the front, another cheap and cheerful from Amazon based on the Brain Exploder mount. is my GoPro mount. Holds the GoPro upside down, so when you've got it on your head, you don't look like you're 7 feet tall. Unless you actually are 7 feet tall, then you probably look 8 feet tall, unless you have one of these upside down GoPro mounts. Really handy if you're filming your games. Okay, next up is my protective equipment. So eye protection first. I've got the Revision Sawflies and Revision Wolf Spiders. These lenses go with the Sawflies. Most of the time I'm running these Sawfly Revision glasses with the amber lenses in them, unless it's a really dark environment. Sometimes I'll switch to the Revision Wolf Spiders. A lot of people would prefer these being a full seal goggle. They can just be a little bit bulky for my liking at times. I don't like too much bulky stuff, which is funny to say considering I wear a helmet and a fairly laden plate carrier. But as far as my eye protection is concerned, I don't want it too bulky. These are still fantastic though. I combine both of those with a generous serving of Fogstop to make sure that I don't have any fogging issues at all. Even in the colder months with Lower Face Pro on, I still haven't had any fogging issues, so I'll leave a link in the description to that one below. That one is an affiliate link, unlike the rest of the links that'll be in there. Next up, protection wise, got my Deltamike Face Pro. I used to hate face protection. I had the standard mesh Lower Face Pro. I went from that to the One Tigris folding lower face protection. Still found that one a little bit too bulky. You couldn't get a proper cheek weld. If you want to run a sniper or magnified optics, it's almost impossible to get a good consistent cheek weld with those lowered face protection. Then I found Deltamike. So this is a game changer for me. You've still got some mesh in here to protect your teeth, which is the most vital part. It's padded around the edge, so it's not rough on your face or anything like that. And I don't know how that was going to go with a little microphone tucked in here, but it's basically built into a snood with a toggle on the back to make sure it's nice and tight. Low profile on the cheeks, you can get a nice cheek weld on your weapon if you're one of those people that like to use your optics properly, but your teeth, which are invaluable, they're very expensive to fix, and I speak from experience after smashing a couple of mine as a kid, your teeth are still protected, but you've not got too much bulk on your face. Obviously your nose with eye protection on is still exposed, but I think I've only been shot once in the nose wearing this, and it wasn't really that painful. Oh, get that off, fix my hair a bit now. So these are, this is a game changer, and if anyone's looking for new lower face protection, I would 100% recommend going with the Deltamike. Next up, we've got, next up we've got radios. I got these as a twin pack on Amazon. Again, can you tell I like Amazon? They're just Baofeng UV5Rs. If you play Airsoft, you've probably heard of these. They're a great starter radio. Inexpensive. I think I paid about £35 for the pair with a couple of chargers, a couple of earpieces and microphones that I would recommend just throwing in the bin and getting some decent ones. The radio antenna just unscrews. I've got a little adapter that goes in the top that then takes it to that ABBREE antenna that's on my plate carrier. I keep these antennas with it in case I decide to run one just in my belt on its own and I'm not wearing my plate carrier. Obviously you still need an antenna on your radios. The thing I dropped on the floor is my G-Shock watch. It's a watch, it tells me the time, there's not much else I can say about that. Relatively inexpensive, comfortable on the wrist, hard wearing and rugged, don't care if it gets shot. It's probably not going to break it, and if it does, again, it didn't really cost me too much. It's a watch. Can't say much more about a watch. Okay, finally, you've probably seen this sitting behind me for the whole video, unless I've been blocking it from view. This is most likely going to be my primary AEG of choice for the foreseeable future. So it's an Umarex HK416, full metal, fully branded, fully ambidextrous, which is really good for me because I'm left-handed with a rifle, right-handed with a pistol. You worked that one out. I haven't had a chance to get out and give it a go yet, thanks to lockdown. I bought it during lockdown, second or third hand, for an absolute bargain price. Came with the ACOG on the top, a hard case, and I'll probably run either a canted optic or swap the ACOG out for a red dot at some point, depending on what sort of ranges I see myself engaging people at with this weapon. but I'm really keen to get out and give this one a go. So as soon as I have done, I'll put a review together actually on the gun itself, another video in this sort of format, talking to camera, doesn't rely on lockdowns and me being able to go out and play Airsoft. And you'll see it in some gameplay videos in hopefully the not too distant future. Hello, future me here again, because I forgot to mention my boots. So these are the Under Armour Valsets 1.5 waterproof boot. Haven't had a chance to test them out in gameplay yet, but I have been out on a couple of treks with them, doing a bit of work in them. They're a nice solid boot, really light. Haven't really tested the waterproof feature on them either, but we'll see how they go. We'll touch on those boots again once I've been able to get out and play a few games. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around. If you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell icon so you get notified next time I upload a video. I said like way too many times there. Also, leave a comment below if you've got any feedback on my kit, what you think I might change or what you think I should change, or what kit are you going to be running for this year? Have you got any new tips or any hints or ideas from this video? Let me know. Let's start a conversation. Cheers, guys.